Welcome to the Queen's Lair, a lifestyle podcast. Get inspired by our latest tips and information about small business, entrepreneurship, natural hair, travel, food, and even relationships. Stay tuned for another great episode. I am your host, Renee Patrice. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to my podcast once again. This is going to be a short subject matter, but I wanted to bring this up because this is something that we deal with every single day. And it was a conversation that I was having recently with a colleague of mine, and I think that it's worth discussing. Talking about the way that your business runs and customer service. One thing that I have seen and I've lived in different cities now. I've lived in New York City. Obviously, I'm a native New Yorker. I have lived in DC, lived in Atlanta. All of these different places have different levels of customer service in different areas. And one thing that I've seen over the years is that overall, customer service has really been lacking. And this is across all different businesses. Now, I know the pandemic has made it a little bit more difficult to navigate this because people are more, as I've been hearing from workers in different industries, that people feel like they don't have to give their all because they don't feel like they're getting paid their worth. If I feel like I'm not getting paid my worth, and I feel like I, maybe need a career change or whatever, that is exactly what I'm going to do rather than give the customer grief, rather than give the customer, because they don't know what you're going through day to day. I am of the impression that if someone is having a bad day, I try to empathize with that maybe the cashier or the bank teller wasn't as nice or whatever the case may be. I just err on the side of maybe they're not having the greatest day, but most people don't do that. A lot of people don't. They just match energy, and I'm not really in the school of matching energy with people because I don't want to get into arguments and I don't want to be on anyone's bad side and I don't want anybody to be on my bad side, And I tell you, it takes a lot to get on my bad side, like a whole lot. So once we get to that level, I'm probably not going to be dealing with you anyway, as vice versa, But I noticed that customer service has really dipped. And like I said, even before the pandemic, we're 2 years into the pandemic now, even before that, it really has fallen. It has fallen in the hospitality industry. It has fallen in even the professional industry. My thing is this. If once you choose to be a part of a specific industry and you say that you are going to serve people, then that's what you need to do. If maybe you're not charging the prices that you should charge, that becomes a thing of resentment. And I'll probably do another podcast episode on that to make sure that you're charging accordingly, because that can cause resentment when you're not charging enough, right? And then you have these feelings of you're feeling like you're being used and all this sort of thing. That has nothing to do with the customer. That has to do with you and what you chose to charge for services, right? So if you're only charging, $100 for a service, but you know that you should be charging $250, that becomes a thing that you have to look within yourself and in your business and revamp your business plan and what it is that you have going on. Because the feelings of resentment and that turning into bad customer service is going to be detrimental to your business, right? If we are in the service industry, and I'm talking restaurants, I'm talking, it could be airlines, it could be hotels, whatever it is, service industry, people are traveling for many different reasons, especially at the height of the pandemic in 2020 and early 2021. People were traveling literally to go bury loved ones. You know what I mean? There was many families that you will see come through all of these different industries because they are gathering to say goodbye. That is a tough thing to deal with, and you don't know what these folks are going through on their end. So therefore, you got to make sure that your customer service is intact. Make sure your team is well versed in the job that they are doing, because if they're not, they can cause snafus and things and not realize, but it's not their fault because they just joined the game. You know, you have to make sure that your management is in place, that they are well versed in how to deal with things, and to not be combative with your customers, even when customers are being downright unruly. We have to learn how to deal with them. So though I don't believe that we should just allow customers to just run amok and do whatever they want, that's not the thing. But the thing is to make sure that they feel cared for, that their business is valuable. Because when you don't value a customer's business, a client's business, whatever industry that you're in, that makes them feel like, oh, you don't even care that I'm spending this hard-earned money, right? I don't care if you're spending $2 or even $2,000. You should have a level of care for the person in that business, even when they are difficult. And I know that is hard to do. I worked in the service industry for years as a waitress, as a bartender. And I'm telling you, we had some wild people come through that were downright rude. I would say downright nasty, but I always found a way to communicate with them and try to meet them where they were, so that people be like, oh, they never tip, they never do this, they never do that. But I would always be cool with them. I would always be good. They would always take care of me because I took care of them, even when they didn't deserve it, because they didn't have the right attitude or they didn't have the right approach to different things, right? But because I'm the server and I'm the bartender or whatever, I always have to stay intact with my feelings. I have to stay in check with my attitude and all of this. And it doesn't seem fair. And I know that. I am not saying for you as an employee to be abused. That's not what I'm saying. But sometimes, my old boss used to say this, you can catch a lot more flies with honey than anything else. So even though you may not feel like you want to be accommodating, even though you may feel like this person is being rude, trust and believe if you give them, don't match their nasty energy. Don't do that. Give them what they don't deserve. Even if it's kindness, and sometimes they really don't deserve it. Let's be for real. Give them what they don't deserve. In my experience, most of the time, they will remember you and they will appreciate what you brought to the table and how you treated them. Because that's really ultimately at the end of the day. People always remember who treated them badly. People always remember how they were treated. So if you bring to the table grace, even though they didn't earn it, most of the time, they will change or shift in their attitude. They will shift in their atmosphere. That has been my experience, right? There's some people you can't make happy no matter what you do. All right. But a lot of times I see it's the attitude, it's the combative nature from that business towards the customer that creates a volatile situation. That 9 times out of 10 doesn't need to happen, especially if whatever the situation is happening is on the business side. Because 9 times out of 10, it's something that is happening with the business and they are frustrated and they're trying to deal, and then it comes out to the customer, right? And then the customer, they get on the defensive, and then next thing you know, there's an escalating situation that doesn't even need to be. So I really caution people about customer service. Make sure that your business is intact with all of its systems, so that when you approach your customers and when you talk to your clients and all that sort of stuff, that you are always open and on the up and up with them, because that is what's going to help you every day when you deal with your business. That is going to keep that open line of communication open with your clients, with your customers, so there's never a time to be misconstrued. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if I'm saying it the most sophisticated way, but this will be the hallmark of your business. I always tell clients all the time, there's no reason for any arguments. There's no reason for any dust-ups. Let's just get on the phone and have a conversation. Because once we get on the phone and have a conversation, especially when you're texting back and forth, so much is lost in translation, in text messages, even emails. So you hop on the phone, it's a 2-minute conversation. I understand. Okay, gotcha. Let me get that to you real quick. You know what I mean? Oh, I understand. Let me take care of that for you. Oh, okay. I didn't send you what I was supposed to send you. Okay, give me till the afternoon. Go in both directions. It can easily be solved. But when you come at somebody with attitude and then they come back with attitude, now you've ratcheted up a situation that didn't need to be. So let's get our customer service together. Let's make sure that we're treating our clients with respect. Let's make sure that as a business, we take care of our customers and our clients, because they are spending their good hard-earned money. And even as a customer, even as a client, have some grace. Instead of going all over social media and blasting this company, this, that, and the other, whatever, instead of doing all that, have some grace and have a conversation with XYZ person, manager, whatever it is. And let's figure out what's going on, because 9 times out of 10, it's something very simple. Right? It's always something very simple, but because everybody's in heated mode, we no longer are speaking, in graceful tones, and it just ends up turning into something else. All right. So let's get on our customer service and make sure on both sides that we are treating our businesses. These businesses don't owe us anything. You can go anywhere and get whatever services and businesses. They're trying their best to fulfill a need, right? And then businesses, make sure that you value your people. Not only just the customers and clients, but value your workers as well, so that they have the tools and everything to give when they are doing their job. That's all that I got for you guys today. If you want to follow me on social media, please do. I am at Onyx Queen Media across all socials. Instagram is my most active. If you want to email me, feel free. hello@onyxqueenmedia.com. Talk to you guys later. Bye. Online savings simplified. Don't search for coupon codes ever again. With one click, Honey's smart shopping assistant will automatically apply discounts to your cart in seconds. Save on all your favorite things. Easily pay less for products you're already buying online. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Join Honey for free. It takes 2 clicks to add Honey to your Chrome, Safari, Firefox, or Opera browser. Find savings in seconds. While you shop, Honey will find working promo codes across the entire internet, and you save instantly. With one click, Honey will apply the best deals to your cart. It's that easy. So what are you waiting for? Get Honey. Download it today. Visit our link, www.tiny.com tinyurl.com/ONYXHONEY. That's www.tinyurl.com/onyxhoney. Start saving right now.